Muttley is a Hanna-Barbera animated fictional character originally voiced by Don Messick. In the 2000 Wacky Races video game, he was voiced by Billy West. Biography: Muttley first appeared in Wacky Races in 1968, as the sidekick of the accident-prone villain Dick Dastardly. While Dick was created as the equivalent of Professor Fate from the 1960s movie The Great Race, Muttley mirrored the film's character of Max Mean. Dick and Muttley were paired together in various later Hanna-Barbera series as bumbling villains. He is a mixed-breed dog, identified in the Wacky Races segment to Delaware as a mix of bloodhound, pointer, Airedale, and hunting dog. During Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines, in the part of Sappy Birthday, Muttley shows a calendar where April 16 is marked his birthday. Muttley does not really talk. His main examples of speech are his trademark wheezy snicker, and a mushy, sotto voce grumble against an unsympathetic or harsh Dick. Don Messick had previously used Muttley's distinctive laugh for the character of Griswold in an episode of Top Cat, then for an embryonic version of Muttley appearing in the 1964 movie Hey There, It's Yogi Bear, as well as for another Hanna-Barbera canine, Precious Pup, in 1966. He also reproposed it for Alexandra Cabot's cat Sebastian on Josie and the Pussycats in 1970. Muttley wore only a collar in Wacky Races, but in Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines, he donned a World War I-style aviator's cap and scarf, and served as a flying ace along with Dastardly and two other pilots as members of the Vulture Squadron. In this spin-off, he also sported many medals and constantly demanded new ones from Dastardly for following his commands. Similarly, Dastardly frequently ripped medals off Muttley's chest as punishment for his incompetence. Also in Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines, Muttley gained the ability to fly for a brief period by spinning his tail like a propeller. Muttley also enjoyed his own short segment in the series The Magnificent Muttley, where he would engage in Walter Mitty-style fantasies. Muttley vs. Mumbley: Muttley is sometimes confused with the crime-fighting dog Mumbley from the Mumbley cartoon show. Mumbley looked similar to Muttley. They had a similar laugh. But, their ears were different and Mumbley had blue fur and wore a trench coat. Mumbley later showed up as the captain of the villainous Really Rottens in Laugh Olympics along with his accomplice, the Dread Baron, who resembles Dick Dastardly. The Dread Baron and Mumbley later appeared in the TV movie Yogi Bear and the Magical Flight of the Spruce Goose. It is not certain why Mumbley was retconned as a villain, neither is it certain why he and Dread Baron were apparently used as substitutes for Dastardly and Muttley, especially in the Yogi Bear movie where Paul Winchell voiced the Baron instead of Dastardly. Not to mention that in that story, Mumbley had once utilized his tail to fly just like Muttley does in Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines. The reason most suggested is that the Wacky Races characters were not fully owned by Hanna-Barbera as the show was a co-production with Heater Quigley Productions. An early version of the Muttley Mumbley character appears in the 1964 Hanna-Barbera feature film Hey There, It's Yogi Bear. This prototype Muttley is a mean-spirited dog with a traveling circus who has a penchant for biting his owners on the leg. The character may also have been inspired by the Atom Ant show's Precious Pup, who was known for laughing the same way. Muttley and his master returned in the Wacky Races video game with Billy West voicing the dog. Other appearances: Muttley and Dick Dastardly also starred as the villains in Yogi's treasure hunt in their submarine the SS Dirty Tricks. In the Fender Bender 500 segment of Wake, Rattle, and Roll, he and Dick Dastardly are paired up as they were in the Wacky Races. The car they drove looked similar to the Mean Machine, but was called the Dirty Truckster. Muttley appeared as a teenager in Yo Yogi. Alongside Dick Dastardly, in the Duck Dodgers episode MMORPG, one of the forms that Duck Dodgers turns himself into is Muttley. In this brief appearance, Muttley's vocal effects are done by Joe Olasky. Muttley has made at least one brief appearance in Dynamite. Cultural references: in the Family Guy episode April and Quahog, Brian imitates the laugh of Muttley after Peter says, "It sucks." Even the vending machines are out of order. In the anime, Asobi ni Ikuyo, there is a type of robot called an ancestroid that serve alien races. One race in particular, called the Dogshans, own assistoids that resemble Muttley, both in appearance and laughter. Two-time Oscar-winning director Quentin Tarantino has said he owns a stuffed animal toy of Muttley, and has given impressions of his signature laugh in interviews. Polish alternative rock band, Magnificent Muttley, is named after the character. Muttley and the other characters from Wacky Races were part of the Samba School Gres Unidos da Tarduca presentation in the 2014 Rio Carnival. In the South Park episode Hanna-Barbera, a parody of Wacky Races involving ride-sharing apps Uber, Lyft and car rental service Zipcar is featured with Muttley and Dick Dastardly as participants. See also, List of Hanna-Barbera characters, references.